Hi there, today I would like to talk to you about my health journey so far and the gallbladder cleanse I did, the steps I took to see where was the breakdown in my cycles, not menstruation cycles, but the cycle of like how you break down your carbs, how you break down your fats, and how you eliminate toxins. So I went to go see my natural medicine. His name is Dr. Lewis Cohn. He owns a facility called the Nutritional Healing Center of Dallas. And he did some testing, and he can tell you where you're having a breakdown in your cycle. So in this case, there's the Krebs cycle, there is the BH4 cycle, the homocysteine cycle. So there's all sorts of different cycles, and basically he just breaks it down to, okay, is your body efficient at using sugars? Is your body efficient as using fats? Is your body efficient at eliminating toxins? And so I learned that my body is not efficient at breaking down sugars. And so when I eat a lot of sugar, I will break out, and I have a lot of inflammation. When I eat too much fat, I start getting sluggish. I have gallstones in my body, a lot of gallstones in my liver. So I always need a lot of adrenal support because my body couldn't break down the fat. And so you can kind of tell by what your body is not doing well. For instance, I also I have a lot of issues apparently. Another issue I have is I don't eliminate toxins well. So when I drink a lot of caffeine, people have a very short half-life for caffeine. They can drink it and their body can eliminate it. I, on the other hand, if I drink caffeine, it'll stay in my body the whole day because my body doesn't know how to get rid of it. And so you can kind of tell like, where's my breakdown? But if you're not sure, and if you should go see Dr. Lewis Cohn, and he will schedule 2 back-to-back appointments. And because you want at least 45 minutes with him, and he will test to see, okay, where is the breakdown in how you're processing your things, how you're processing your macros. And so he gave me the correct supplement so that when I take in carbs, I can actually process it and use it. When I do a toxin like a caffeine, my body can eliminate better. And also when I am eating fats, my body can process that better and actually use it. Before, when my body was not processing it well, it kept craving it. It kept asking for more and more of it. So if you notice that you crave it a lot, it's because your body can't use it. So it keeps asking for more and more. But if we keep eating processed foods, and at the same time, on top of that, our body can't break it down, then you can only imagine what happens. But I wanted to show you my gallstones. These are my gallstones, very scary looking, I know. And these are huge. So this is the size of my hands, and these are the size of my gallstones. And this is after three sessions of cleaning out my gallstones out of my liver. And the book protocol that I followed was called the Liver and Gallbladder Miracle Cleanse by Andreas Moritz. And he talks about how most of his patients all had issues with their liver. So most of us have gallstones all throughout our liver, and we don't even realize it. And so what he determined was he needed help his patients clean it out. So there's a protocol in here. Check with your doctor first. Go see Dr. Lewis Cohn to see if this is good for you. But what the protocol is really simple. It's 2 ounces of unfiltered organic apple juice. The cheapest place to get is like Trader Joe's. And I would drink 32 ounces of apple juice for 6 days in a row. And then on the 6th day, I do a sequence of Epsom salts. And then at 10 o'clock at night, I'll take like a combination of olive oil and fresh pressed grapefruit juice. And the next day I wake up, I do 2 more doses of Epsom salts, and then your body flushes it out. The experience is not incredibly unpleasant, but taking that much apple juice is not pleasant either. So, so beware. I warn you ahead of time. Okay, and so the other thing I'm doing, and the other 2 things I'm doing to really help me with my health for this year is, 1, I'm exercising every day. So there's a ton of online workouts you can use. You can use Beachbody on demand, which is like $100 a year. You can use You can use Les Mills On Demand, which is also around the same price, like $120 a year or something like that. They're both great programs. If you're more of a beginner, then I recommend you do Beachbody On Demand. If you're more of a person who's fairly fit and you can handle like more hardcore stuff, or if you're younger and you want more hardcore stuff because you like hardcore stuff, then I recommend Les Mills On Demand. So that's what I do right now. I used to do Beachbody before, and now I do Les Mills On Demand. They're both great programs. I highly recommend both of them. And the third thing that I'm doing is I'm doing a 30 days of healthy living. So many of us don't realize we are overworked, not sleeping enough, and we just eat a lot of processed foods. And my son and I, we talk a lot about like what is a food that Mother Nature made versus a food that man made. A donut that's delicious, that's deep fried, and uses white flour, is stripped of all the fiber and the nutrition, is a man-made food. Something like an apple or celery or carrots or delicious vegetables, those are mother-made. You can pull it out of the ground, you can cook it or eat it raw, and that's perfect the way it is. That's a Mother Nature made food, and we can never, of course, outsmart Mother Nature. Everything Mother Nature made is perfect. So we can eat that as it is because it's perfectly packaged with the vitamin, minerals, the fiber to slow down the absorption of sugar, like is a perfect product. And then we have all our processed foods, which are highly convenient and has a long shelf life, but it's not the healthiest. So we try to do a lot more Mother Nature food and a lot less processed foods. I know, it's easier said than done. So part of the 30 days healthy living is you eliminate things like coffee, you eliminate gluten, dairy, soy, except for fermented soy like miso or tempeh. Those are fine because they're kind of like partially broken down. And you're going to eliminate processed foods, and you're going to do no artificial sweeteners and stuff. So you're eating lots of fresh Mother Nature food. You're eating vegetables, a lot of vegetables. 50% of your plate will be vegetables. 25% of your plate will be a protein, like maybe tempeh or beans like lentils or chickpeas, and then the other fourth would be a healthy fat and a whole carb. So it might be like quinoa and brown rice and avocado or sprouted seeds, whatever works for you. So that's pretty much the food that I eat. And then as far as supplements go, we all love supplements. They make our lives really convenient. And so one of the things that we don't realize is our gut health is compromised. Our gut health, you have a second brain in your gut that's super duper smart and kind of pretty much controls your cravings and tells you what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. And a lot of us have lost our intuition with listening to that second brain, that microbiome really well. So it's really important that we make sure that it's as healthy as possible, and also helps with our immune system. So if you have healthy gut health, you have a healthy immune system. So to reset that, I take this thing called a Digestion Plus, and it has prebiotics, it has probiotics, it has digestive enzymes, and it resets the gut health in my system. I also take a tea, a detox tea that's full of really good ingredients like milk thistle and dandelion and sweet fennel and elderflower and nettle and all sorts of stuff to really help you support your kidneys and your liver so that you can do a good job detoxing. So even if I have some caffeine for the day, if I take my detox tea, then I can still sleep like a baby at night because my body got some help in eliminating that toxin. For energy, since we eliminate things like coffee and caffeine, to put a healthy dose of caffeine back in, we use 55 milligrams of caffeine from guarana and green tea extract, and it also has ginseng, CoQ10, B vitamins to give you a boost of energy, and you can take like 2 of these a day. They're bubbly. It's a little packet. You add it into your water, and it tastes like a soda, except it's not a soda. It's healthy and it's delicious. And then 1 to 2 times a day, I'll also make a shake. So you can do chocolate, vanilla. You can add your fruits. You can have like you can have like a 1/4 cup of fruits, frozen berries. You can do half of a cup or 1/3 of a cup of like leafy greens or frozen cauliflower. You can add some ice. If you don't like cold stuff, then I just nuke it in the microwave or let it defrost and then use it. And then you can add, here's the vanilla one. So you can add some almond milk, some plant-based milk. It can be macadamia milk. It could be cashew milk. It could be seed milk, hemp milk. There's so many possibilities. And so one or two of those things, I'll do a shake. So this is an example of my shake. This one is blueberry, cauliflower. I added some fiber, and you can add some greens if you like. I love this. I take this in the morning, and it has 37 different fruits and veggies in a single scoop. The scoop is so teeny. And so you're taking one scoop of that, and you get a whole serving of vegetables. How awesome is that? So it's super duper convenient. And that is pretty much my reset for the year. And I hope that inspires you to take some action to see what works for you and figure out how can you give yourself the best health. How can you reset your energy so that you feel radiant and you're flourishing and you're thriving. And as a result, you don't only feel great, not only will you feel great, your skin will start changing. You'll feel more radiant, you'll feel glowing, you'll feel confident, and you'll be beautiful on the inside and out because everything is in balance, everything's aligned with how they could be and how they should be. Here's you living a soul elevated life. I hope that helped. And reach out to me and visit my website if you're interested in getting these products and doing the 30 days of healthy living with me.